All right. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's call, where you are accompanied, as always, by Dr. Debbie, a naturopathic doctor of 40 plus years, and myself. My background is in functional nutrition counseling and biofeedback tech. And so we both have come together every week with different topics and subjects to empower you guys on your health and healing journey to better yourselves and make the best decisions for yourselves. And so you all know we're so passionate about health and healing and all the things, right? And so tonight's topic, as you have heard, we're covering the hidden dangers, the dangers of EMFs, electromagnetic fields, and how they have an actual biological effect on your body on a cellular level, right? And so we're talking about how EMFs are disrupting people's hormones, how they're creating oxidative stress, which creates inflammation, how they're creating organ damage, and tons of studies out there talking about how they actually have been scientifically proven to have some tumor causing effects and different various diseases and ailments and all those kinds of things. And so that science is out there, and they've done extensive research on that. So this is so important, you guys. We cannot escape EMFs. We cannot escape our cell phones, our computers, right? Because most of us work all day, every day on them, various hours a day. But the question you should be asking yourself is, what can I do to support my body in this field, right? As we continue, technology continues to emerge and expand. What can you do to support your body? And so that's the most important thing that I want you guys to take away. Dr. Debbie's going to be sharing so much knowledge and expertise on this. And so we're so excited to talk about this. So Dr. Debbie, I'm gonna let you have the floor, and I'm gonna do a little screen share so we can just keep our thoughts on track.
We'll do our best to do that. First of all, I do want to say I'm not your medical doctor. We have to say this before every show. If you have any questions towards the end when Kristy opens the floor for Q&A, please put your question in the chat box or feel free to raise your hand and she's going to call on you. We will get your questions answered because we do know the answers, especially on this topic that y'all are going to find fascinating.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you, Dr. Debbie. So let's get into it. And like I said, you guys, the most important takeaway is what we're going to teach you that you can do to support your body in reducing all that damage that these things are causing. And so they are tried and true, because Dr. Debbie and I, we don't play. We do everything we tell y'all to do for a reason. And so she's taught me so much for my own health. And so I'm excited for you guys to hear her expertise tonight on EMFs, the dangers of EMFs, science, health impacts, and restoring your balance for those harmful EMFs. So if you don't know what EMFs are, Dr. Debbie, you want to kind of tell us what EMFs are, electromagnetic fields?
They're actually invisible, so it's not anything that you see going through the air. I mean, even as I put my hands up to the computer, there is frequency that's coming towards my body. So there's frequency lines of it. If you'll think of like, I don't know if any of y'all saw the movie E.T., where when he put his little finger out, that beam of light, that ray of light shot out. Well, that's how all of these electrical currents are flowing all through the air. If you've got TVs, you have a cell phone, or even a regular phone, a microwave oven. If you're in a hospital, you work in a dentist's office, you work in a doctor's office, these are the places where the majority of the currents are at. And so many people think they don't have an issue with that because they can't see it. It's not anything that you can see, but you can measure it with little devices like this. I don't know if any of y'all have one of these. It's a scary thing when you turn it on. You can literally go turn your microwave oven on and flip this on and start walking backwards to see when the needle goes back down to zero. And I kid you not, you will be halfway across your house with a wall separating you in another room before it goes away. That is how far those currents of radiation reach out from just a small microwave. You can ask John. When he gets ready to heat up his food,
I can't tell you how many times I've been told to get away from the microwave.
And I say, hold on, let me and the dogs get out of the kitchen. You're trying to kill us. He's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're even doing this to us. But y'all, you need to be that way. There are all kinds of different things that we're going to get into towards the end, because Kristy and I are not going to give you all this information and then leave you hanging high and dry and you don't know what to do. We're going to show you, we're going to tell you there's patches for this. There's everything in the world to help protect yourself from it.
Yes.
Go for it, Kristy.
Oops. Did I do that? Sorry, 1 second. Let me make sure everybody is muted before we continue. Okay. All right. Got oops. Messing this up. Okay, everybody, please make sure you are muted real quick, please. So good, Dr. Debbie. Thank you. Thank you. So microwaves. Y'all have ever been one of Dr. Debbie's clients? You know, she preaches to you about that microwave. She is like, throw it away. I don't care how much you spent on it, because she cares about you and she cares about your health, and she knows what those radiation, those waves are doing to your health. So important. Get rid of the microwave. Make sure you're not heating your food up in any kind of microwave or anything like that. Okay. So chronic exposure to EMFs is linked to subtle but significant biological effects. So it's having a cellular effect on your body. And these invisible wavelengths, like Dr. Debbie said, they're coming from every electronic you have: Wi-Fi, 5G towers, Wi-Fi towers, all those things, cell phone towers. So we can't escape it, right? So we're going to cover all the impacts that it has on the organs and whatnot. EMFs are invisible waves of energy. You got that? You can't see it, but it's there, okay? It's like ripples in a pond that you tossed from a stone, right? Those invisible waves that we can't even see, which is mind-blowing if you really think about it. Low frequency EMFs are household wiring and appliances. High frequency EMFs are cell phones, Wi-Fi, 5G. Okay, so that's where most people are getting the high EMFs from nowadays, is from their cell phone, right? Putting that thing up to your ear has been scientifically proven to cause tissue damage in your ear canals, especially when you put ear pods in your ears, which I do sometimes, but I do the proactive steps to safeguard my health, which we'll talk about. So think of your body as like a finely tuned radio, and I love explaining frequency like this too. So EMF's bad frequency, the frequency that Dr. Debbie and I use to help restore balance to your body, that's good frequency. That's high vibrating frequency that is restoring and balancing. And if you use the patches, you know that's wavelengths of frequency going into your body that is creating balance. So bad frequency, good frequency. And your body's like a finely tuned radio. If you ever turn the radio on, it's staticky, right? You turn it a little bit, fine tune it a little bit, aka when you implement the protocols, the supplements, high antioxidant foods, the patches, it gives a clear signal where you can actually hear the song, you can hear the music. That's the same thing with your body. EMFs are dysregulating that communication of your cells, your hormones, your thyroid, your organs. And so when you add in these things that we're going to tell you about in the end, your body's going to be able to run better, faster, more efficient, more clear of a signal. How EMS can impact your body on a cellular level. I know Dr. Debbie knows all about this, so she tells you all the time, healing starts at the cellular level, right? So Dr. Debbie, can you tell us a little bit about how EMFs affect your body on a cellular level?
Well, like this first sentence says, they can measure by the voltage gated calcium channels, and that occurs in the cell itself. So they've done all the research, all the studies on this. And when they remove the electromagnetic fields, the cells actually start to heal again. So if you're using something as simple as a microwave oven, I want you to think of this. If you've ever watched through the light in the little window, you see how that little circular plate goes in a reverse order? Well, it's reversing the spin of your food. So it takes your food, let's say you've got something healthy. You made, I don't know, steak, salmon, green beans, something. And you go to heat it up in the microwave. That food was vibrating in a clockwise manner, the way it's supposed to be. But the minute it goes in the microwave, now it's reversed the spin on it. What does that mean to you? It's now a dead food. It has zero, zilch, not a nutrition, and it's putting the damaging side effects from the EMS into the food and you're ingesting it. But again, we have a solution for that.
Yes, everybody make sure you are muted, please. Please, please make sure you're muted. Let me see if I can do this manually. Don't know how to do. Okay, please make sure you're muted, everybody. Thank you. Yes, you're damaging your food if you're microwaving it. You're getting no nutrients in your body. Period.
None.
Story. Just like you can overwater a plant too much of the EMFs, radiation, right? We can't get rid of it. We got to deal with it. It can ruin your cells too. So effects of EMF effects at the cellular level. This is just a little picture diagram. Screenshot this so you can remember all the damage that is happening every single day on a cellular level. I didn't say it, science said it. So you guys screenshot that. So it has it. They've proven to have a massive effect on your brain, your neurotransmitters, which are your happy neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, right? It dysregulates that. Science has found that so many times. Just putting the cell phone up to your ear, which is right by your brain, and it also has been known to dysregulate your hormones. So we're talking about your melatonin too, which is causing people to have disrupted sleep patterns, not being able to get in deep sleep states, which then also roll into the lack of energy, the brain fog, difficulty concentrating, bad memory, depression, anxiety, fatigue, headaches. Some people are highly, highly sensitive to EMFs and they cause them massive headaches. DNA breakage, that's a huge one. It causes DNA damage, oxidative damage. We've covered that. Brain cells and heart cells have the highest concentration of voltage-gated calcium channels and are the most affected by EMFs. So your brain and your heart, you guys, you are going to want to implement these strategies to protect your brain and your heart. The most important organs, if I were to argue, some of the most important organs in your body. EMFs in your energetic field. So your body's biofield is actually measurable and is super important for your health. And so if you didn't know, your biofield sticks out about 6 feet around you. That's your energetic biofield. And EMFs can create weak spots, reducing the resilience of your biofield, your energetic biofield. So think of it like a protective bubble with leaks. It makes you more vulnerable to stress and illness. So it's popping your bubble. You ever had your bubble popped? No fun. The challenge of 5G, like I said, technology is constantly emerging and advancing. 5G means more antennas, higher frequencies, and deeper tissue penetration. It is absolutely impossible to avoid unless you're going to live off the grid. It's like living in a living room with hundreds of cell phones ringing at once. Can you imagine? Wouldn't that drive you crazy? Just the noise of it? Think about what that's doing to your body. It's annoying your body. It's irritating your body, and so just think of it kind of like that. Dr. Debbie, anything I missed on that you want to cover?
Well, I'm going to elaborate, excuse me, a little bit more on what you're saying. They make those little plug-in tower things to where the whole family can basically charge their cell phones at once. I want you to think about that and picture the amount of frequency that's going in the room along with the TVs on. And usually people now have the big screen. Nothing's small anymore. Everything's huge, including in our house. We have the big screens going. So there's a lot of frequency coming out your direction. I'm going to sum some of this up for y'all. If you're wondering how is this relating to me, I want you to think about if you have a high power line outside. Does that power line connect into your home, into your children's bedrooms? Goodness sakes, if it does, you need to sell your house, you need to move, you need to do whatever, because your whole home is being filled with massive doses of that radiation. The other thing being, we were talking about the microwave. This is something super simple you can do to really learn and be able to see firsthand what this kind of frequency does. So you can get the little bean out of a bean bag thingamajiggy. Plant it in a pot, put your soil in there, put your bean in there, and take regular tap water and fill it up in a cup. This is the water you're going to use to water the plant. You're going to have 2 plants going. You put that water in the microwave, nuke it for 1 minute, let it cool down, then you water plant number 1 with the microwaved water. You water plant number 2 with nasty, dirty, filthy tap water, just regular water. In a few days, the nasty tap water, that little bean plant will start to bloom. The other one never does anything. It never comes up, it never sprouts, it never does anything because it was killed with the nuked water. Now, you can take that same water and now put it on the live plant, some of the microwaved water, put it on the living little bean plant that just started to sprout and look so pretty. And guess what? You wake up tomorrow morning and the plant's dead. That should tell you something right there. We're talking just water on a little bean plant. I don't know if any of y'all have ever tried anything like that, but it's super simple, and it's a way to teach your children to go get you as the adult to heat their food up so they don't get in that habit of running to the microwave to heat up their food. We leave all of our pots and pans inside the oven and the stove, all the different sizes, so that it becomes easier to heat things up, because it is a hassle. Everybody's in a hurry. Everybody wants everything fast. Well, those are the kind of things that happen. And seriously, you need to go outside and check and see where all the power lines are. And if you're working in a hospital, oh my goodness, we got all kinds of solutions for you, because there's nonstop MRI machines going, scans, and then bless the people's souls that have to get the different x-rays and scans, because that's massive doses going into your body. Even at the dentist office, I want you to think about it. They put a cape over you to help protect the rest of your body, and they step outside the door. They don't even go in the room with you, because that's how far the radiation is going, and it's just for a simple x-ray of your teeth. Well, I could go on and on. So shut up.
Wow.
Yeah. Think about it. So and that's every single day. So I challenge y'all to do the little bean plant thing. And if you do, take little videos, send me pictures. I would love to have that in my testimony file, please.
Oh my gosh, Dr. W, I forgot about that plant analogy, but that was so good. I've done that before as little science experiments. You guys, it'll blow your mind. You will never look at a microwave the same again. You'll never look at food the same again. And this is where slow and steady wins the race, because we all want something fast, instant, right? And so you guys, it's really, it's really a compound effect, to be very honest with you guys, right? It's a compound effect. You might not feel the effects of doing that, at first, few days here or there, but over time, you're doing that for the next 40 years, and your cells aren't getting those nutrients, you're getting all the oxidative damage. Oh my goodness, you guys, it's a compound effect. And it's something you definitely want to be proactive about. So practical solutions, like Dr. Debbie said, take those seriously. Limit your wireless device. Use speakerphone. So a lot of doctors will say, don't even put the cell phone up to your ear. Have it on speakerphone, a feet or so away from you. Now, I know that's not always possible, so bear with us. Use wired headphones. So instead of doing the Bluetooth, you can use the wire. That helps with the less exposure of those EMFs, the strong EMFs. Turn off your Wi-Fi at night and keep your electronics out of your bedroom. Super important. Don't keep it by your nightstand, your bedside. Put it somewhere else. Take it outside of your bedroom. So let's get into what you guys can do to support your body on a cellular level, because it's not going anywhere. So what can you guys do? All right. We're going to talk a little bit about supplements, and then the most powerful thing that you can implement is the biotech patches, I would argue. And I know Dr. Debbie is on the same boat as well. But supplementation, and this goes hand in hand with food, you guys. So if you want to make sure you're getting your high antioxidant foods, right? So your leafy greens, your foods high in vitamin C, which are leafy greens, salads, vegetables too, and also some fruit if you're having a little bit of fruit in your diet. Vitamin E is super, super powerful antioxidant. And all of these you guys can get from Nature's Sunshine. I know most of you guys shop with Nature's Sunshine. And so just get with whoever invited you to the Zoom and get these products that we kind of cover and mention. So EMFs have been known to dysregulate your immune system, dramatically. Okay, so something that is super recommended is the strength and defense, elderberry defense, immune stimulator is also great if you have a shot immune system. Of course, if you work with Dr. Debbie and I, we've got you covered. We know, what your body's looking like, what your body needs and support. But in general, for somebody on here that is like, what can I do to support my body building block wise? If that's what supplements are, these are great, great choices. Nervous system support. Dr. Debbie, you want to cover that one?
Well, I was just going to suggest that they take a picture of this because, like you mentioned, the patches, that's so much easier. Slap on the patches. How many of you wear the 49? Oh my gosh. We're going to get into the different patching that you can use because we've got a bunch of supplements here that you can pick and choose from. But like Kristy said, just make sure you eat a lot of greens. That's always going to be good for the immune system. Slap a patch on, take a homeopathic or food enzyme, some probiotics at nighttime. I'm going to show you something else. I don't know if I can see. Can y'all see this little round thing right here on the back of my phone? Let me see if I can get it up here. Can y'all see that? That is something you can put on your phone because I know a lot of these things we're suggesting. Some of y'all are probably out there thinking that's too much. I can't do all that stuff. Okay, well, just Google EMF protectors, or there's a website that Marsha Bird gave me earlier where these people will come out to your home and they will measure the EMFs with something a whole lot bigger and better than this little gadget here, which does just small little items, but they can show you all the current going through your home, and they've got different things that you can buy from little watch protectors to something you can put on the back of your cell phone. Or I wear, let me see if I can pull this out. It's so hard to find myself in these little squares. This is a little necklace that I wear tucked inside of my church shirt, and John will tell you I wear it every day, but I do take it off at night because I've been wearing the patches, 39, 49, and the whole gamut of the rest of them during the day, and I want my body to heal at night, so I take it off. Plus, I'm not surrounded with all of the EMFs around me. So there are other little things that you can do, and it's those little things that make the job of steering clear of the EMFs a whole lot easier, rather than saying, oh, well, they don't know. When you tell a family, don't everybody charge their cell phone at one time, or back away from the TV. There's only so much space in their living room, so nobody knows what to do. And if you don't have these suggestions, these little tips to follow, then eventually there will be something that you have to face disease-wise, especially the children. This is why the big C word is so rampant in these little kids. This is what they're doing. They're raised on iPads, iPhones, in front of the TV, babysitting them, et cetera, et cetera. They are surrounded by this 24/7. Even to go to bed at night, sometimes the mothers will play, I don't know which one, nursery rhyme movies and things for them on their little phones to help get them to sleep. I don't know what to say other than you better be sticking some little stickies on the back of your phone, slapping a patch on, eating good foods, and don't use the microwave in your home. Just saying.
Amen. Amen. Yeah. And Dr. Debbie, I think we're just going to get straight into the patches because I love how X49, if you use the patches, you probably already know X49 helps to mitigate and reduce the effects of EMFs that they have on your body. That is what copper peptide does, is repairs and regenerates your body, right, on a cellular level. So which two patches, right? Dr. Debbie said it, X39, X49, those are going to be your dynamic duo. If you're doing all of them, you are golden. You are using the cheat code. But top two would be X39, X49. That is going to be your best friend for EMFs and regenerating your body, because like EMFs have is the cellular breakdown. It breaks down your body on a cellular level, right? So those patches, X39, right, which is your stem cell, that's going to activate your GHKSU copper peptide, which is going to go in and repair, regenerate, heal any kind of tissues that you have that is degenerating from the harmful effects of EMFs, right? And then you have your X49, which is going to do a lot of other things as well. We know that X49 activates AHKCU copper peptide, which helps to strengthen your bones, right? We also know that it is scientifically proven to boost your testosterone. To all you men out there, Women need testosterone too, right? That is your motivation, your drive, your energy, your vitality for both men and women. So we know that X49 does that as well, but it's also clinically proven to help reduce the effects of EMFs on your body. Okay. Another thing that I love about X49 is that it actually works on the brain. So we mentioned earlier that EMFs have a very powerful effect on your brain and your heart. Okay. And we also know that X49 helps to boost dopamine, which I love. So when we're talking neurotransmitters and feeling happy, right? Y'all want to know why Dr. Debbie and I always feel happy? It's because we got all those patches on us.
Hey, sometimes it gets on John's nerve. He really says, "Are you always this happy?" I'm like, "Yes, I am. Step up to the plate."
Yes, she does. Starts jumping, doing the clapping. I'm like, oh my gosh. But it is contagious.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
So that's amazing. Yeah, you guys, patches are amazing. I know most of us here use them. And if you don't, get with the person that invited to the Zoom because you're going to want to put your order in tonight. You don't want to play with these EMFs. Don't play with it, you guys, and don't go another day without protecting your body some way, somehow. So we know the patches, we talked about them before. We've done a whole show on how they work. We know they use light frequency to help restore function in the body. That's phototherapy. So the phototherapy patch technology, there's no drugs, no chemicals going into the body. You literally just put that patch on you, wake up in the morning, whatever time you wake up, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 12 hours on, 12 hours off, repeat the next day. Most of us use them 24 hours a day, daytime and nighttime, and see incredible effects and incredible benefits. And we have so many testimonials that we, Dr. Debbie and I, have heard that just continue to blow us away. Absolutely amazing. Definitely screenshot this because main thing you want to know about the patch is that it enhances your mitochondrial activity, increases your ATP, which is cellular energy, and it reduces that oxidative stress, which is going to reduce your inflammation, regenerate, repair. Okay, so anything I left off on that, Dr. Debbie? Basically,
Yes.
use them. Of course
Yes.
I did.
Oh, okay. Let's see if I can get this little Alavita up here. Just humor me and put this one on at night so you can lengthen your lifespan 30 to 40%. You automatically add 20 years to your life. Y'all, we don't want to be the only ones here at the age of 150. We want all of y'all to be here with us too. So put this one on at night. And also glutathione being the master antioxidant. You talk about healing and repairing the cells. I mean, the minute you put that patch on, it's going to increase your own glutathione levels 300 to 400%. I hope y'all remember that. If you don't, write it down. 300 to 400%, and it holds it for 24 hours. There is nothing else in the entire world that can do that. Not IV pushes, not having it chelated it in intravenously, pill-wise, cream-wise, nothing. You slap the patch on and there you go. You're going to feel a difference. And those three things, I should have you instead of old dogs helping me. So 39, 49, thank you, glutathione and Alavita. Those four things right there will handle, thank you, Judy, will handle most items, most things going on in the body. You're going to see and feel results. And the other one is, of course, the energies. These two little patches right here that I took off of my ankles so I can sleep tonight, but they keep you, keeps your lymphatics moving and flowing so that when you have a trainer like Kristy who's working with you, hello, you want that lymph flowing, you want to burn an extra 300 to 400 calories, all the things, including the energy, wear the energy patches. Slap them on the ankles. It's a 2-patch system, and you'll get skinny ankles. I mean, it's just working the whole entire lymphatic system. Creates miracles. So do all of them. Like she said, we see and hear these wonderful, amazing stories and testimonies every single day that we are in our office. And we didn't see the whole magnitude of these kind of miracles until the stem cell patches. And yes, I said it, were brought into play because that's what they do. They activate and they wake up all the dormant stem cells that you stop making in your 30s. I don't know about you, John. Did you feel your body stop making stem cells?
Never felt a thing.
I mean, you don't feel it. So therefore, when you put the patch on and you're over the age of 50, it's not like you can put the patch on and go, oh, hark, I felt my stem cells come back to life, right? You just don't. It's a compound effect. So whatever you do, don't stop what you're doing until you receive your miracle, and then get with us and we're going to teach you how to maintain your miracle. This is why we're doing this every week for y'all. Number one, we're addicted to it. That's our addiction. I'm just saying, right, Kristy? We are addicted to knowledge, teaching, preaching, helping, and lifting other people up. That's why we do this. So if y'all have got questions, don't hesitate to ask. Don't you leave this platform tonight with a question unanswered.
Amen. So good. Preach, preach, preach. So what's going to happen when you implement all these things Dr. Debbie and I are telling you to do? You guys, you're going to feel better, right? You're going to have improved cellular communication, your inflammation. You're going to notice the inflammation's going down. You might even notice some pain reduction. A lot of people have just absolute miracle after miracle when they start patching. And as they continue, because it's a compound effect, right? You're going to function better than you already are. You guys, more energy means more of everything, better relationships, better health, more time to think, create, be, do all the things that we are so blessed with on this earth. You're going to feel your energetic field's going to be stronger, more coherent. You're going to have greater resilience, and you're just overall healthy. Health-wise, you're going to feel better. You're going to be sleeping better. You're going to have more energy, improved mental clarity, happier brain, stronger immune system. The list goes on. So you guys take advantage of what we are telling you guys. To wrap it all up, and then we're going to open up for rapid fire Q&A. We'll take a few questions. It's a challenge. 5G is a challenge, right? And they do cause organ damage, and they do disrupt your energetic field. So protect your body. Patch up, X39, X49, Safeguard Extra with glutathione and Alaveda. If you want that extra cheat code, go the extra mile, right, you guys? So with that being said, let's open up the floor for a rapid fire Q&A. What do you think, Doc?
Okay, well, I see some of the questions going in. I want to give everyone this website information that, again, came from Marcia, and she couldn't be on tonight's class. There's a 1-800 number, so y'all write this down. 1-800-482-9169. That's the 1-800 number you can call, or you can go to the website. It's info@EMFSOL.com, and these people will come to your home and measure the amount of frequency going through and tell you what room it's the worst in and what you can do to remedy the situation. I just gave you a little bit of tips that I use, because my main thing is I don't want to be protected just in my home, because reality says you're going to be stepping out. Oh my gosh, I forgot to tell you, all the airplanes are like, whoo, they're some of the worst. Tons of EMFs going through the plane. I mean, this is why so many people are fatigued. They're aggravated. Mothers yelling at their kids, the babies screaming and crying, all the things. I feel like screaming and crying too when I'm on the plane. I don't want to be on the plane, do I, John? No. Oh my gosh, I don't like that. But you've got to protect yourself when you step outside of your home. But it is nice to know, since your home is where you're sleeping, and all of you people know, y'all listen to us enough to know, that's the only time your body heals. So it would be really nice to know there's no EMF interruption like so going through the body and messing it up and stopping the cells from healing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you said that right. Stopping the cells from healing. That's what you're doing. Literally, you're putting up a block. Like, no, thank you. Right. So what instrument is used to measure EMFs? I think you covered that. So got rid of years ago. What about earbuds, Judy? What about earbuds? So you want to make sure you're getting the earbuds with the wire, not the Bluetooth ones, which I do use.
Phones don't work with those anymore. Phones don't work with those anymore. The current phones don't. You can't plug in earbuds. You can only use the electronic ones.
Well, you know what? I say use what you enjoy and patch up.
What was the website again? Info
at EMFSOL.com.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. And if you forget it or write it down wrong, just send me a personal text and I'll tell you. And the 1-800 number again is 800-482-9169. And the name of this little meter is a tri-field meter. You could probably find it on Amazon, but it even when I turn it on, watch this, John, and I put it up to the computer, this little needle starts waving. Can y'all see it? Just like, yeah. So there's not a whole lot reaching me, but y'all, I got my desk lined with patches.
We have a force field between us and the computer.
We really do, because in front of the microwave, it's scary. You just like, oh my gosh.
The other thing about 49, X49, is the one that forms a Faraday cage around you when you wear 49.
Yes.
And that is really powerful to me.
Extremely powerful. So if you're wearing that during the day, you're basically protected from everything. I just take it a step further, wear the necklace, put the little chip on my cell phone because it stays in here with me. But the X49 is doing a lot to protect you. It's like bouncing it off of your body. So therefore, when you sleep, that X49 is not on your body. Right. That's where all those additional tips come in to keep the EMFs from being in.
I never thought about unplugging the internet. You never unplug the internet in my house. And so I'm going, okay, you're saying to do it.
There are so many different things you can do. And if you choose to call those people to come in, and I just found out about this today through Marsha. I didn't know anybody would come in. John's probably sitting there going, oh Lord, here comes another expense. We've already been saving not for one, but for 2 water systems when those come out. And those aren't cheap either, but it's like, you got to do what you got to do. If you want to be here to 150 years of age, which every one of y'all can do.
And healthy.
Yes.
Healthy.
And still look good.
Yes.
Age, if you're patching up, you better love what you see in the mirror because it's not going to age. It's only going to improve and get better. Right?
Amazing. Wow. Microwave is the devil's oven. Ask my children. Amen, Vanessa. Can confirm, Alyssa. Love it. Where'd you get your EMF necklace? Text her about that. How do you feel about PEMF math and mat and red light therapy? I have the TheraMassage mat. Love it. Phenomenal, Vanessa. Absolutely amazing. And I know we're going to get shut off here in about less than a minute. So absolutely amazing. Doing all the things for your health, you guys. We support it. We love it. Keep doing it. Make sure you safeguard your health. Patch up. That is probably, Dr. Debbie and I would argue, the most important thing. You do anything, and water. Right? So, all right. Well, we love you all. We care about you all.
Love y'all.
Have a wonderful night.
Have a good night.
Joining us.
Good night. Y'all have a great one.
See y'all next week.